Okay, guys, I want us to deal with strings today. Strings, S-T-R-I-N-G. It is strings. Don't forget that strings are characters. They are characters, which can include letters, um, numbers. Okay, and they are always enclosed in quotes. That is, for instance, we have x, y, z. So this is a string. Okay, fine. So now we're going on with this. Now I want us to work on strings. The very first of it, I want us to start with um to use list slicing use list slicing to reverse I don't know why my keyboard is supposed to be having this light too. Use list slicing to reverse the word perception. Use list slicing to reverse the word perception. So there is a list slicing method, which is this. Okay, it's actually starting with from the end and ending at the very beginning, and then decrement with a step of -1. Okay, so let's do this fastly. So we're going to be having, let's use txt equal to our string perception. So that perception should be in a string quote. So it should be in a quote. So now we're going to put this at the very end of. So now let's put this in a print function. Then we have to print txt. Okay, so run. Alright, so that is sorted out. Okay, now there's another method which we can use to do this by using a for loop. Okay, use for loop. So in order to do this, let's input okay, using the input function, and then let's ask the user to enter what's wrong with this keyboard? Enter a word. Okay, so whatever you enter will be collected in this input function, and then let's put this in an object txt1. So that's it. Then so for I in range, as a range will start, end, and at what increment or decrement value. So now we could put this as the end is -1, then decrement value of -1, and then here we're going to have the length of what the user entered. Okay, so you can actually put this in another object. Let's do it this way. That is length of, should we call this x, equal to length of this. So now x is this object, so now we have x. Okay, so fine. So now in case you want to know what this length is doing, you can just with our print function, that is, we have print of x, print x. Now let's run that. So it says enter a word. So when you enter per for instance, we have the value 4. The value 4 means we have how many characters here. We have in the per, so we have 1 2 3 4. That's what we have. So this is counting the length of the characters, that is how many characters do we have there. So that's the function of the print method. Now, so we are going to be using this same value. Whatever value, the number of characters the user enters is what we have here. So we're going to have for I in range x. So if this is 4, that means we have 4 here. We're going to start from 4, then end at 0 with a decrementing step of -1. So in the loop we are going to be having now is now there's one we call indexing. Okay, so prints what now? For I in range x, print, for instance, we want to have a we want to have an index. Let's have an index method now. Okay, so let's say the first value of I is 5. So indexing 5. Yeah, index 5. That is of what? Of what? CXT1. That's what the user enters. So the first one is just like we're saying TXT1 5. Okay, just like this is what we are saying. That is the first index value. If I go to put it that way, okay, I want you to understand what it means now by indexing. Let's choose it this way now. Print, turn this to y, and then let's say print y. Let's say print y. Okay, so print y. Then in this case, we have PERCEP. And if you enter that, we have P. Y is YP. Index value 5 of that entry, which is PERCEP 1 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now we have it as P 0 1 2 3 4 5. So now we are having the index value of 5. That's why we have P here. Okay, 5 is referring to P. That's why we have P here. So in this same sense, what we want to have is that whatever value of I we have, when I is, the length, now for instance the length is 5, I in range x. Okay, what is our x? What is the value of x? X is here, is the length of the string of the word. So the length of the word now is going to be 5. So we have 5 here. Okay, at first, that means our I will be what? 5. So txt1 will be 5. Okay, so that means txt1 will be 5. We pass this to another object. Okay, so that means our z here now will be 5. And then after all, we already have 5. Okay, then we can put that in our print function as z Z, then end to make it printed on a straight line. So that means the first value is going to be, for instance, if it's this, you're going to be having P E C R E P. So this is what we should expect from this. So let's run that now, then we'll see the outcome. Enter a word, so P E R C E P, C E P. Okay, it says the string index out of range. Now it's actually out of range. Okay, you need to make this to range -1. Since it's called as out of range, let's reduce it by 1, and then we can have PERCP. Okay, so that's, we have PECREP. So that's it. Okay, so that's for the range method. Fine. Because we want to do something else after this, you can have a new line at the end of this method, this for loop. So let's put in the complete word perception. Fine, so that's what we have it. Not p creep. So